Hello Skillr Boxers. Today we are breaking down a much awaited style. This style is fast, powerful and relentless. But what makes this style so dangerous is not its physical attributes, but its technical perfection.
Next round, 7.
A perfect synchrony of technique and lethalness. So let's analyze exactly what makes Naoya Inoue a skilled killer. A skilled killer, or skiller, is a lethal boxer, not because of physical gifts like heavy hands or a strong build, but due to exceptional skill. Naoya Inoue is exactly that. In this breakdown, we will learn exactly what lies behind all the highlight reels of this spectacular boxer, going to the most fundamental skills that encompasses his style and how those skills make him so lethal. Among his many talents, Inoue excels in combination punching. His creative setups, ability to double up on shots, and seamless mix of body and head punches, along with looping and straight punches, leave opponents constantly guessing. These unorthodox combinations often catch opponents by surprise, creating openings that Inoue exploits with precision.
Closes range with the jab, gets the inside left hand, came to the body.
A great way you can improve your combinations in your training is with Pro Boxing, the premier training platform that helps you develop with structure and improve faster. App version 1.6 introduces a provisional training guide and adds 2 new Skillr training modules to the collection. Get into fighting shape for the new year with a special lifetime offer. This deal expires February 1st. Download Pro Boxing today and master the sweet science. But before we break down his best skills, let's start from the base, the boxing stance. Inoue is one of the most versatile boxers in the sport, not just in skills, but also in his stance. He adapts seamlessly to the demands of the fight while remaining confident and effective. From the outside, he will often use a more open guard and make constant reads on his opponent in case he needs to step back. He will use a long guard or a Philly shell, usually from a more bladed position, and a high guard from a more squared stance.
The jab of Butler often comes with.
He will also use his high guard to bait his opponents into a counter.
That's the high guard enticing right there. He's trying to entice and allow Desmarinich to punch so that way he opens himself up.
When raising the high guard, it serves as an invitation to throw, which Inoue is already anticipating and allows him to time his counters perfectly. He will often use an inside slip with an overhand when the opponent throws a jab.
Mistakes that he does make, leaving himself as round 7.
Right out of it.
Yeah.
He will also use a lead hook to counter right after blocking.
He's able to generate them look.
If you could hear the thoughts that...
As Melody.
He has a wide, stable stance, which allows him to generate more power in his punches and have a more solid base.
Trying to get him to open up.
Now, a wide base has its own pros and cons compared to a narrow base. A wide base offers more stability and less balance, making it more favourable when having the feet planted, while a narrow base provides more balance and less stability, making it more favourable when moving around the ring. However, stability and balance also depend on other factors, and like we will see later on in the video, Inoue is able to control both remarkably. Now let's take a look at the technique behind Inoue's Skillr style. Whole body sink. What makes Inoue so special is he will use the most fundamental concepts of boxing and take them to the highest level of perfection. A concept that is not talked about often in boxing is the whole body synchronization. This fundamental concept is what gives a boxer power and keeps him safe.
Show that he's tough. You got to show you're tough while still.
Experienced boxers understand that boxing is not a game of using your hands. You have to use your whole body in all of the movements you make.
But he's not letting his...
Inoue's power has become the main highlight of his style, and it is because of his polished technique that he has such power.
Yeah, it's the muscle right above my hip, Sean. I just can't use my leg.
So the leg go dead, right?
Right leg. I tried to push off. When I come back out, I tried to push off and I went, nah.
Yeah.
The concept of punching with your whole body is called kinetic linking. Kinetic linking is what allows a perfect flow of energy through the body, resulting in devastating punches.
Shutout loss, no matter.
Yeah.
Take Inoue's cross as an example.
But sometimes it's big right hand.
The punch does not start at the hands, but at the feet. The rear foot drives backwards into the ground. The energy travels up the leg, twists through the hips, and into the large muscles of the back, chest, and shoulders. Like the coiling and cracking of a whip, the energy multiplies through leverage as it flows through the body, travels out the arm and fist, and snaps into the opponent.
But sometimes it's big right hand there from Inoue, and Maloney takes it and he takes 2 steps back.
You can spot this concept taken to the highest level by Inoue in this liver shot.
He's starting to settle down and land some
Thrown with his whole body weight behind, that when snapping, it drives him completely backwards. But having great body synchronization is not only a fundamental used when punching, but also when moving defensively. As you can see when slipping and rolling, he won't just move his head, but his whole body, which allows him to have the correct posture and balance at all times. While this is a basic concept, it is the level of detail and artistry of Inoue that elevates his game so much. Now, his great understanding of weight distribution also grants him excellent stability and balance.
Creating the opportunity for offense. Now you see the head movement. Something he has taken great pride in. Remember, he took...
One of his greatest and most underrated skills is his ability to maintain perfect balance at all times. Great footwork and head movement, along with his perfect balance, make him such a complete fighter, allowing him to easily transition from defense to offense and vice versa. The jab. Naoya's jab isn't just any jab.
But that's what Tapales doesn't want to have happen.
It's a weapon that sets the tone for the entire fight.
Tapales a little bit here.
Inoue doesn't have an outstanding reach. However, thanks to his great timing,
Right now.
he can out-jab taller, longer range opponents with ease.
In the midst of that. There's that jab. And
He will often step in with the jab, allowing him to control the distance and dictate the pace of the fight. His jab is a dangerous weapon by itself, sharp, accurate, and packs a serious punch. With this sharp jab, he sets up his opponent or breaks his rhythm when he launches an attack. Once he has established the jab, he follows up with jab feints and jab hand manipulations to follow up with other punches.
right hand comes behind it. Hand.
As the opponent has internalized the jab, it becomes a perfect setup for a power punch.
Sultan, trust me, I assure you.
He will feint the jab and quickly follow up with a power punch with the rear.
Base is so wide, it's really hard to get in and out.
In other cases, he will use the established jab to transition to peels and guard manipulation techniques, which will create openings for his rear. Liver shot. Always thrown with bad intentions, Inoue's liver shots have become the hallmark of his style, and probably his most effective power punch. But same as with the jab, he will set it up to create the opening.
Timmy to keep Inoue off of that.
As we briefly mentioned at the beginning of the video, Inoue is great at mixing up combinations. One of the best ways to set up a liver shot is by mixing shots to the head and body. Inoue often likes to end the combo on a 6 high, 3 low.
3-punch combination, goes back to it again!
The uppercut makes the opponent raise and close his guard through the middle, creating that opening for the devastating liver shot. He will often mix it up in his combinations, for example, 1-6 liver shot.
Champion in this division.
He's starting to settle down and land.
Butler. Inoue touches him to the body.
Other times, he won't use a setup, as the opening will already be there. In those cases, and going back to his first skill, he will make great use of his balance and positioning to throw the liver shot with his whole body. He will transition his weight to the front foot, loading up the shot, to then rotate completely, putting all his body behind the punch, making use of the kinetic linking principle, traits of a skiller. But now, let's take a look at Inoue's flaws. Exposing the chin. Now, usually he is in a responsible stance, with his chin tucked and eyes up, but that sometimes changes when attacking, which is his tendency to lift up his chin. Especially when overreaching with the jab, he has a habit of lifting his chin up. It happens as a natural reaction, trying to stretch his body to reach further with his jab, which results in his chin being exposed.
From Inoue.
We have also seen him having some issues defending the left hook. This is a fundamental flaw that has cost him some clean punches. He has a habit of keeping his right hand slightly lower, allowing the left hook to land. But with that being said, this could be one of the best pound for pound boxers in recent years, and one of the most multi-dimensional boxers. A boxer with speed, power, combinations, footwork, head movement counters, and all of the above, with the technique of a true skiller. But now, we would love to know your opinion on the comments. What other skills or flaws do you see in Naoya Inoue? Let us know, and if the video was interesting, you can find more in our channel. And to your left, there's a video specially suited for you.